Welcome to Williams-Brice Stadium in Columbia, South Carolina. This is one of those benchmark opportunities for both teams, a mid-season top 10 showdown. It's the Oregon Ducks and the South Carolina Gamecocks. Restate the State Pollock and Jesse Palmer with you. Let's say hello to our friend Holly Rowe on the sideline.
Inside Williams-Brice Stadium for South Carolina, the Sandstorm team entrance is electric. The fans make this one of the most special venues in sports. Loud, proud, and rocking. That iconic entrance is one you've got to appreciate. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. Gamecocks will kick off first, and here we go. He'll bring it out. It's Robinson. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he had just taken a knee in the end zone. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. From the gun, stacked up after gaining a couple to the 23. The margin for error is so small in this conference, it's really imperative to get off to a good start in Big Ten play.
Especially, Reese, since you're adding so much talent now to this conference. But yeah, year in and year out, you know the mainstays in this conference, but there's always some surprises, and I'll be interested to see how everybody starts off this season. Listen, this is your first opportunity, Palmer, in conference play, in a major conference, obviously in the Big Ten, to make your first statement.
And it's going to be taxing all season long for these players. Physically, obviously, and you expect that in the Big Ten Conference. But now adding all those West Coast teams, these guys are going to be flying back and forth across the country a lot this year. They have to get off to a fast start today. That's what makes this game so critical.
And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. Caught in the backfield, it's Moore. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Well, that receiver's looking at his teammates like, guys, what's up? You're not going to block for me on the screen? Seriously? I just lost yards on a screenplay. How does that happen?
The Gamecocks spin the first of their 3 timeouts. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. Second and long here. Throwing, Lewis. And he gets it away.
What a play by the defender that time, because he's matched up one-on-one man coverage against an outstanding wide receiver, and it's the defender who makes the play. Really, really good position. He was up to the challenge. Be interesting to see if this quarterback goes his way again.
As the rooster crows, they are getting cocky and cockier on third down here. Got a man in the middle. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49.
Hey, man, that's not a surprise that they come to their go-to guy early. This is an offense that's so much fun to watch, and it's because they know who they are. They know how to get the ball to their playmakers. And on the first drive, Palmer, get your guy a touch, Get him involved. You know receivers got some feelings, Jesse. I love that they're getting him lathered up and a touch early in this football game.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys who feels like he's open every single play, so it is a good idea to get him going early. For the defense, that's a bit of a jab in the face right there, because you came into this game, you know who's going to get the ball. You know where they're throwing it. You've got to do a better job now disguising your coverages to try and limit him and take him away as much as possible. It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for him.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Here's Lewis to throw. Fires to the wideout. Catch in the middle, it's Moore. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. We knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often. And with that last catch, he's now got over 500 yards receiving on the year.
A little wrinkle here as they go to the Wildcat and use the extra blocker. Direct snap. Wildcat look didn't get much. Picked up a few on that one. Man, what a matchup. The stakes are really high. Both teams in the top 10, playoff positioning, all the things that go with a midseason showdown, guys.
And these are just fun for us because we got a little bit more juice, too, because both teams in playoff contention, both teams high aspirations, a big showdown, a big prove-it game, Palmer, for both these squads.
And it's been fun because these two teams seem to...
Snags it and he's open. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a first down.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
Quick give. It's Griffin. Finding some room. They get him on the ground, but not before he rumbles all the way to the 5.
I think throughout the week in practice, when they were game planning their opening script, I don't even know if they envisioned it going as well as it has. This has been beautiful. Nice balance, really nice rhythm. It feels like everything they're dialing up here on their first drive of the game is working to perfection.
The Ducks trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. No room to run, and he stopped right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and goal.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going, handing the ball off.
Lewis, under pressure. They got him. Great pressure by this defense. Now 3rd and goal and tough yardage to cover here. A designed run for the quarterback. He'll be stopped right there. They kept it on the ground on 3rd and goal, and it did not pay off.
And how about a decision time right off the jump? 4th down. Do I want to go for it? First drive. Palmer, what you going to do?
I'm taking the points right here. It's early in the game. You're trying to pay off this opening drive. Just get some points up on the board. If it was a little closer to the end zone, I'd say maybe go for it, but I'm playing conservative on this one.
And it's right down the boulevard. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0. He'll bring it out. It's Tuggle. Nothing wrong with the touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line. This offense is so deep in the hole, it looks like the end zone's at the end of the earth. Here's Sellers to throw. Makes the grab. It's Tuggle. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. Wide receiver going in motion. Looking to throw, it's Sellers. They'll run the screen. There he goes. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. They are dialed in on this drive. A couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on 1st down. Sellers. Snagged in the middle. It's Sellers. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with the 1st down.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that 1st down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
Just can't pull the trigger, and the quarterback is sacked at the 41. At the line of scrimmage, but they won't snap it here. They're going to use the timeout instead. They burned a couple early, now down to just 1 timeout to work with. Long way to go on 2nd down. Throwing, Sellers. Blasted as he lets it go. Right side, it's Tuggle. And a big-time grab there. Knocked down immediately, but not before he gets it to the 40.
Well, the defense dialed up the blitz. Quarterback knew he was going to get hit, but he also knew it was man coverage, so he found his best matchup. He got it out of his hands early, right before getting smacked, to get that completion.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. That's the end of the period, and Oregon has the lead. We've put 1 in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the 2nd quarter. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Here's Sellers to throw. Unloads in the nick of time.
Well, no secret, this guy was a big part of their key to success. Already 2 catches on the opening drive, and they go back to him again. This time the defense is in better position, and they force the incompletion.
They'll need a bunch on 2nd down. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop. And the Gamecocks want to crank the tempo. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. It'll be 4th down. The Gamecocks take a timeout. That's their last one. And now they'll have to go the rest of the half with no timeouts remaining. Now on 4th down and 5. They'll try to move the chains. Sellers to throw for it on 4th. Big man has it. It's a 1st down and more. And he's brought down, but they believe the offense could convert the 4th down, and it paid off.
Well, the gamble pays off offensively. 4th down, being aggressive, and they throw for it. How about the job the receiver does winning his route and giving his quarterback a place to go with the football?
Sellers. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection. A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. Running to the left. 5-yard gain on that play. It'll be 3rd and 5. Here they come up to the 23-yard line, not thinking field goal, wanting to convert this 3rd and short. Sellers from the gun on 3rd down. Got his man. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8. The Gamecocks go back to work after moving the chains through the air. He's got the tight end. Touchdown, South Carolina! All that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score. And these guys just score from anywhere out there? After that drive, it sure looks that way.
And that's what separates really good offenses from great offenses. When you're backed up in a bad position and you can still fight your way out and go get you a touchdown, that's a great drive by the offense.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They'll start this drive with a chance to regain the lead, down 7-3. He'll try to do it himself.
Defense is all about creating negative plays, and he does a really good job at the quarterback spot, not taking sacks. Like, that's a great job. He wants to throw the football. The clock goes off, he takes off, and gets a positive gain.
They get him on the ground, but it'll be enough to pick up the 1st down. The Ducks get a fresh set of downs with a fast, hard finish on that play.
Fast is the word. As long as I can remember watching Oregon football, it's always guys that can get the football, get downhill, get back in the line of scrimmage, run the next play really fast, but it always starts with the ground game.
Defense played the Wildcat very well on that one, stopping them for a short gain. Empty backfield, 5 wide receivers on 2nd and 6. Using his feet. He's got the 1st down. And the defense finally able to corral him at the 45. That will move the chains.
And And as a defensive guy, man, when you play a QB like this that will take off and run and has the speed to make you pay, it just limits what you can do. It limits the amount of coverages. It just makes you play a lot more hesitant. And you can see right there, man, the guy's got speed. Interested to see how this defense continues to attack this QB.
Throwing, Lewis. Out wide right, it's Hampton. First grab of the season for this highly talented freshman. They believe he's just going to get better each and every snap.
Nice job there. Good timing between the QB and the wide receiver executing that out route.
And the Ducks can really attack on this second and short. Defense in press coverage. Handoff from the gun. They pull him down, but he's got enough, and it'll be a first down for this offense.
Well, the offense is in a really nice rhythm right now. It seems like no matter what they're dialing up, they're getting positive yards, and it just feels so good as a play caller when you know on first down you can get yards like that turning around and handing it off.
Yeah, and on the other side, you're scratching your head going, what the heck can I do here? You got to find something. The defense has got to find a way to create some momentum. Whatever they're doing right now, it's not working. So you got to keep going through that play sheet and maybe find something a little bit different that can give this offense something to think about.
Worked it down to the 22-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early and often. There are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
And now on second down for this offense. Here's Lewis to throw. He'll take a shot. And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
But how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
It's as if you're engulfed in a space odyssey. Williams-Brice alive on third down. Trying to get through the noise, it's Lewis. Snags it down to the 3-yard line, and that's where they'll have it first and goal. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. They want to run this quarterback. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Ducks! They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. So that was a 10-play, 75-yard drive. And close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. Deep in the end zone, it's Tuggle. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. Yards in front of them as they start the drive at their own 10. Throwing, Sellers. He's going to take a shot. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
Looking for a man. It's Sellers. They're all over him. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
They'll turn to the Wildcat to keep this drive alive. Oh, he's looking to throw. The Ducks signal for their first timeout. Gives him a little time to dig deep in the play sheet and figure out what to do on fourth down. And the Gamecocks will punt it away on fourth down. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. He gets it away from his end zone and a very good kick here. Trying to get started. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. Lining up in the Wildcat, let's see what they've got. Wide receiver comes in motion. Back has it. Sees some running room. They forged ahead just a bit. Not a lot working with the Wildcat there.
The defense wins that one, and the offensive line was challenged by their coaching staff coming into this game to try and get push up front, establish the line of scrimmage. They're going to have to do a better job running than that if they're going to win this one.
Second and long here. Corner's right up on that line of scrimmage. Wide left, it's Johnson. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening. The Ducks will hustle to the line.
And when you run these drag routes, it's super important that your quarterback can really use his eyes. Don't lock in where everybody's going to start looking at you and seeing what's coming. Does a good job, drops back, sees it, and the most important part, puts the ball out in front so he can catch it, get upfield, and make some extra yards after the catch.
They'll get him on the ground, but he takes it all the way down to the 10. Now Oregon will call its second timeout. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. The Ducks have it in scoring position on first and goal. They'll run it. It's Griffin. They were all over it. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Play fake. Lewis. He's got it on the run. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. They get the timeout called here and probably just enough time for one more snap to put up points before the half. And as the clock is winding down here in the first half, they'll send out the field goal team. Smashes it between the uprights. The lead now 6 here in the second.
And he knocks another one through. And how about this kicker? Good way to start off your season, right? Like, what do you have at the spot? Sometimes you don't know. Can he make those kicks? Starting off, hasn't missed one yet. Been very dependable for this squad.
That's going to wrap up the first half here. And now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, it is my pleasure to welcome everyone into the Week 7 edition of the EA Sports College Football Update Show. We begin with the UNLV Rebels taking on the New Mexico Lobos.
And the Ducks will kick it off to start the second half. On the return, it's Clark. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. South Carolina's offense heads out to get this drive started. They start this third quarter one-possession game and hoping to get an early drive going.
This offense is ready, and they're ready to take the field here and see if they can get something established. They don't have to change everything and reinvent the wheel. They've had some successes in the first half, so let's get that continued here on the opening drive.
Yeah, and I love getting that break at half to go talk with my coaches and pick my offensive coordinator's brain so I know exactly what I need to do to attack this defense, and I get ball first.
That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43.
Hey, man, I want to see more of that. Like, I want to see more of this offense being aggressive, taking shots on early downs. It doesn't have to be run, pass. Like, being a little bit more diverse. They've struggled today to find big plays. That's a big one there.
And the ball's free in the backfield. Bounced right back to them.
Well, ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep two hands on the ball as well. And they're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped on.
Long way to go on second down. Here's Sellers to throw. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And we were talking about it at half, guys. Like, how are they going to crack this puzzle, right? This defense so elite in the first half. Second half, they come out. They're trying to throw the football. Man, I just don't know where the weaknesses are. They're going to have to keep working and keep trying to make that big play and stay aggressive. But so far, on every level of this defense, they've been dominant.
To the right. Touchdown, Gamecocks! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. Extra point here will give them the lead. And the extra point gives them the lead at 14-13. A very efficient five-play scoring drive. And the score comes courtesy of the big play covering 61 yards on the touchdown pass. From deep, it's Robinson. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Here comes the Duck offense to get the drive started. So as soon as they step on the field here in the third quarter, they find themselves trailing, and now they'll try to answer with a score of their own. They'll try the left side. Great penetration by this defense, and they knock him down behind the line, a loss of one.
Linebackers in today's football, obviously, guys have gotten smaller. They got to play in space more, cover fast guys out on the perimeter. But how about this linebacker coming downhill and making a physical tackle in the hole?
Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place trying to help their defense. Here's Lewis. And that one's incomplete.
I don't know if the quarterback read the coverage properly on that one, but obviously the result is an incompletion.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on third and long. Timeout called here by South Carolina. That'll be their second. And they'll have to be very judicious as they only have one timeout remaining. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, back up inside their 20. Throwing, Lewis.
And how impressed are you right now at this defensive line here early in the second half? They are getting a tremendous pass rush up front. It doesn't matter what you do in the back end, coverage-wise, blitz-wise. If those dudes up front win the one-on-ones, for any offense, it's going to be an issue. Now, David, they've got this offense backed right up against the wall.
Man, they got them backed up right where they want them. A big opportunity not only to get points for their offense in the future, but maybe get points on their defense, right? When you back them up right here, how aggressive do you want to be? Because as a play caller, I know the defense can be aggressive, which also means I can take shots and sometimes make big plays.
The Gamecocks offense heads out to see what they can put together here. Man, what a drive that was the last time they had it. Basically the length of the field. Much better starting point this time. Fires to the tight end. They make the stop at the 41, but it's a 15-yard pickup, and they're rolling with a first down.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come open, getting him the football, making the first down, and they like to do this. When they make a first down, they want to go fast. They want to crank up the tempo.
Finds a crease at the 20. Run out of bounds just before he could get it into the end zone, and now they're set up 1st and goal. Run in the red zone. It's Clark. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
If at first you don't succeed, try again. I wouldn't be surprised if they just turn around and hand it off to him again here on 2nd.
Picked up some of what they needed on first down. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 5. He'll run it to the right, looking for the goal line. And they get to him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 2.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on 3rd down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested situations here on 3rd down.
He's going to change things up against this defensive look. From the gun on 3rd down, Sellers. Throw it toward the end zone, picked off right at the goal line. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position. We thought we'd see a little wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. Snap to the back. Got a little space. Got enough for the first down. He's loose down the left side. The 20. Touchdown, Oregon. With that, they grab the lead here in the 2nd half. Quick strike touchdown comes out and jump-starts the offense.
And, man, we see this in college football, so much explosiveness and firepower, and we get high-scoring game after high-scoring game, and it looks like we're on pace for one of those right now.
Quarterback keeper. He's not going to get there as the defense comes up with the stop on the 2-point conversion attempt, and it remains a 5-point game. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. That last drive was a punch in the gut, throwing the pick in the red zone, Jesse.
Yeah, and it just seemed like there was some miscommunication down there in the red zone. David, this drive, the QB and receivers just have to do a better job being on the same page.
Yeah, and I think you pull the positives, right? We moved the football down the field. We had a chance to score, but we can't let those opportunities slip between our hands. Let's go get some points.
The Gamecocks in the hurry up. Before they snap the ball on second down, timeout is called. And now there will be no more timeouts for them to use the rest of the way. They'll need a bunch on second down. Right side, it's Tuggle. He's down right there, short gain on the grab.
And a great job by the defense seeing it right away, reacting to the screen, going and getting the football, and getting the fast playmaker on the ground.
Third and long, a lot of ground to cover. Stopped in the backfield, and that'll be a loss of 2.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker unit really held down this rushing attack that they usually hang their hat on.
Guys, look at this. A surprise. They're going to gamble and go for it here on fourth down.
Flag 14! Flag 14!
They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. And the Gamecocks decide to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Looking for room. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. Hold and finds his man on the left. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
Brought in at the 45. Give it up for a first down.
We'll see if they have enough time to get another snap before the clock hits 0. Quick give. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this third period. Midway point in the season, and games like this one can have a big impact on the rankings from week to week as we see upsets happen and favorites continuing to flex muscle. Here comes the fourth. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. They go back to work in the final period of this one. The give to the left. Hit and drop behind the line. He'll lose a yard.
And a lot of times the fit up front, linebackers are fitting holes and that ball bounces and it's supposed to go somewhere. And sometimes it goes to a DB and the offense will get a W. Like they'll get a win because you'll break a tackle. How about the tackle by that field goal? I know he likes to cover, but I love the way he comes up and makes the tackle.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Here's Lewis to throw. Makes the grab. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup. The Ducks come to the line in the hurry-up. He'll take it himself. Really nice job to convert that 3rd down, and they've got it at the 33.
And you see this so much in college football, man. Now, short yard situations, you give it to your QB, you get the extra blocker, and it's just really hard to stop, man, because he still is a thrower, and there's still that threat. But nice job being physical in the line of scrimmage by this offense.
Direct snap. Sees a crease. They found a little running room out of the Wildcats, still short of the 1st down marker.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you want to do. Late in the ball game with the lead, establish the run, establish the physicality. And you know what helps? That clock up there, it continues to tick. So let's see if they choose to keep the ball on the ground and stay conservative and run that clock.
Timed that hit perfectly to keep him from making the grab. It'll be 3rd down.
Big tight end tries to make a catch, and you can tell it extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
As the rooster crows, they are getting cocky and cockier on 3rd down here. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
After that incompletion on 3rd and short, it's going to be an interesting decision for the head coach because I know he believes in his guys to go get it here on 4th down and pad the lead, but if you kick a field goal, you make it a 2-possession game.
And guys, they are going to line up for the field goal here. I thought they might go for it in this situation. At this point in the game, and this crowd knows this is a huge field goal attempt. And it's good! Big 3 points to stretch the lead.
How great is it to know that if you can get the ball down somewhere close to the 40-yard line on your opponent's side of the field, you're walking away with at least 3 points because this dude is automatic.
The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. They're in a precarious spot here, that lofty perch in the rankings, hanging in the balance unless they can do something to save themselves here.
And you can tell, all eyes on this dude. Like, this defense is dialed in. They're going to try to continue to stop the run. You can tell, Palmer, it's the main focus of this defense.
Yeah, when we know with this offense, too, they go how this guy goes, and they've just never been able to really get him into a rhythm in this game, and you have to give the credit to the defense. They've been more physical at the point of attack. They've had a good game plan, and the offense just has not been able to counterpunch.
Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. Sellers from the gun on 3rd down. And the pressure.